It's so weird that we live in a world where I'm looking at a Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailer, that I'm looking at this thing being a reality. I've watched the trailer. I've watched it a couple times now. I didn't really want to do a reaction because it would just be my mouth agape for 2 minutes and not saying anything. But I'm going to try to come at this from a very positive perspective because I like movies and I want to approach them positively. And maybe there is something good here. Maybe there is a ring that can be polished. We just haven't made it to that point yet. We just unearthed it. It's dirty. Been in the ground for a while. Maybe it exists. So here's the opening shot, the establishing shot of the trailer showing us, and I'm actually not going to lie, I like the opening shot here, right? We have a straight road, very lush green Idaho wilderness, green hills with a little bit of a ring for the sun on the top of the sign. I think that's a cool little touch. And of course, we see the sheriff's car that sitting there doing a speed check and sees something cruise by at 760 miles per hour. And of course, James Marsden's like, oh, what the hell's going on here? I got no freaking idea. But he discovers this quill, not named Peter, but electrified with some kind of magical alien space energy. And then we do get this. This is cool. I will admit this is pretty cool. I like how they changed the stars from the Paramount logo to the rings. It's a nice touch. I think that's kind of cute. And they also have the sound of the rings. So again, you can tell they're trying. They're so trying to do it. They're trying to make it right. And then I did like seeing this logo. I grew up playing Sega games alongside my SNES. So for me, it's still cool to see, even though this movie looks god awful. I still am happy that they're trying, because you can't get anywhere unless you try, right? You got to try. So we got this back shot of Sonic looking like he's going to be running down an Idahoan road, out there in the field somewhere. And, looking a little, not as thick as some of the other previous posters we saw, but still kind of odd. Still not really feeling it. Want the oversized shoes, want the white gloves. You know the look. You know the original Sonic look. That's what you want. I do like this shot right here, though. I like he's got the red sneakers. It looks like they're kind of knockoff Nikes, and you see the energy running through him, and it's a nice establishing look for what he's going to look like. I do like this one right here. And of course, this shot of him right here looks more gaming accurate than anything else in this, right? Like this shot right here makes him look more like the game than any other time in this trailer and probably the movie, which is going to ultimately fundamentally destroy this film at the box office. If you don't get Sonic right, if you don't get Sonic to look just right, and this is what's crazy, is the director of this movie is Jeff Fowler, who is the visual effects artist on Where the Wild Things Are, is one of Tim Miller's underlings. Tim Miller, who was originally supposed to direct this, didn't, to go do the next Terminator movie, and then he brought in his underling to direct it, with him producing it and his company probably handling the VFX like they did with the first Deadpool. And usually he's pretty spot on. Go back and watch Tim Miller's was it DC Universe stuff, and then we get this, and this looks okay. It does. It looks okay. It gets worse. But we see the blue streak here, him running, him hitting peak speeds probably, and then some kind of explosion for some reason. Still unnamed an explosion that takes out all of the power in the northwest quadrant of these United States. And that's the area that I live in, and I work from home, and I need the internet, and I need power. Don't take that away from me, Sonic. But then we have the Pentagon here going like, we need to figure out what's going on, so let's call in some help. And who's the help going to be? Oh yeah, no, it's Ace Ventura, but 50 years old. I'm not going to lie. Jim Carrey as Robotnik, we do get a better look at him as Robotnik, but obviously this is the first establishing shot of him as Robotnik. And is he going to mine for gold? Is he going to tie a maiden to a train track? Is this where it's going to be at? Like, I'm excited to see Carrey take on the role, but this just feels a little bit odd, especially right here when it's just him with Neil McDonough, who I think is a great actor, going at it, and it's just Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey, and that can work. Maybe I'm waiting to find that out. But then this is the first establishing shot of Sonic from a side angle, right? Not what we saw a few shots ago where it looked more kind of character accurate. This is the shot here where it's like, oh, damn. And it's everyone going, WTF is this? What are we looking at right here? But then we got this one, and I'm like, meow. Like, I do think that was kind of funny because I think Ben Schwartz is going to be an okay guy for the role. I do. I like Ben Schwartz. I loved him in Parks and Rec. Jean-Ralphio is always one of my favorite characters. So I want to see what he brings to the table on this one. Again, I'm not even that big of a Sonic fan. And even I'm like, that look is just an abomination unto Christ. And then, of course, here's a shot of the two of them together, obviously setting up the situation involving the buddy cop persona of the film, or perspective of the film, being that he's the sheriff and Sonic is the alien that needs his help. And also right in this scene, too, Robotnik comes after him, takes out the car. Sonic leaps out the back with this, whatever look that is right there, not entirely sure, hits the ball, which, again, that looked cool. That effect looked pretty cool. Takes out Robotnik's, what I can only assume is going to be an animatronic or a motorized AI run automatic vehicle, which then, he's like, oh, is that all you got? What's going on? He's probably talking to a drone at that point because we see lots of drones. And he's like, oh, no, I have a lot more here. I have more toys to play with, which is definitely in line for who Robotnik is as a character, having a lot of those types of easily destroyed toys in mass that he's going to use to try to take on Sonic, which, again, is more game accurate, and that's okay with me. And then he pulls out this thing right here, which I kind of like. I think it looks pretty cool. It does keep in with the aesthetic of the previous, of the van he was in the beginning, as well as whatever vehicle got destroyed right there. And then you got to love, there's that kind of, oh shit moment from Sonic, which I think that could lead to some pretty decent action sequences. And then there's this. And this actually gives me hope. I know that's going to be really weird for some people to say, some people to look at here. How is it that from the producers of The Fast and the Furious could give me potential hope? Well, it depends. Is this going to be a producer of Too Fast, Too Furious or Tokyo Drift? Or is it going to be producers who gave us 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, which definitely kept raising the bar and becoming better films each and every time? So again, with Tim Miller producing it, who gave us Deadpool and who was supposed to direct, so it's probably overseeing a fair amount of this, and his direct underling handling it, with the producers behind Fast and the Furious working on it as well. I'm wondering, like, it does have a couple combinations here that could be okay. This could also just be a horrendously terrible trailer. We got this shot here. This kind of took me out of the whole thing. So the two characters, James Marsden and the other girl, they're falling. Sonic is running to the side of a building. He throws a ring, right? He throws a ring that then creates a portal to a farmhouse and then pushes them through to the farmhouse while they're falling. Since when did Sonic get teleportation abilities? And since when did the rings have any more use other than just being the point score for the end of the level? That to me is just what? However, I did like this right here where it's Sonic running around the world. He's in Egypt being chased by one of the drones. I thought that's a cool shot. Again, the look of Sonic is a work in progress. You can tell that it's a work in progress. They're still working on it, but from what we've seen, it's not instilling any kind of love. I mean, no article for this movie today has been positive. I think I might be the only person attempting to look at it from a positive level here. But then we have this shot right here, which is obviously going to be right before the teleportation ring moment where Robotnik is circling them with all the drones. Sonic doing his whole, yeah, you can't get me. Although I think that's more of a sidewalk shot than anything else. No, it's the same top. It's just concrete slabs are the same. And then we get more of a Robotnik look from him, which I like the transition that we see in the trailer. Will admit that. And it could be very interesting. Then, again, another shot of showing just all the drones armed, ready to fire at Sonic. They all fire their rockets. And this was cool. But what happens next is like still one of those things where it's like, okay, is he so fast that he can pull a Quicksilver move from Apocalypse as well as Days of Future Past? Because that's pretty much at this point what they're trying to argue. Because he goes and he's able to then, redirect and deflect off all the rockets and stuff, while taking two of them and beating to the drum beat of Gangster's Paradise, which was a very odd choice for the trailer, I have to say. And then finally, at the end of the trailer, we get this shot of Robotnik bald. Obviously, you can even see the bald cap right there at the very top. The CG is not done. With a much bushier mustache and the goggles, looking more character appropriate. And look at the mushrooms around him. I don't know where he's at. If it's another world, anything like that. This could even be a post-credit scene at the end of the movie, or this could be the final scene in the movie. Sometimes they do that because they very much wanted to tease the situation involving him looking more character appropriate. And so that's it. That's Sonic the Hedgehog trailer breakdown. And god damn it, I'm gonna go see it. Oh, it's gonna be bad. Then again, like, here's the thing. Everyone said Hellboy looked terrible, and I really enjoyed Hellboy. So you know what? It could be good. It could be good. I have a feeling that your comments below are not going to be as kind as I'm being, and I am curious to know them. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you like this video and want more like it. And of course, you can always watch something else right now.